Okay, and to fill the pocket up, I'm just going to stick this in there, a 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch or so, which is, what, 1 centimeter? And getting a little better at those centimeters. And I'm just going to make a mark where I want to cut. And we'll get that part done. Let's see which one of those is my mark. There it is. Okay. Okay. There we go. And then we're just going to line it up with the edge from these 2 sheets and center it. I just noticed that I've got rain on drops on my glasses. It was really raining out there. And of course I let them play for a little while because they're not getting their regular exercise. Of course, neither is Mummy. Tell you, best weight loss program in the world is get a big dog puppy. Woo! Yeah, because they will wear you out. Yeah, he's been good for a diet. Very good. Okay, let's slide this in, match it up, make sure you've got it even on the top and the bottom in your pocket, because this is, the pocket is larger than this piece is, because this prints out on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, but you know, it always has that little white border, and I haven't figured out on my printer, how to make it not print that border. So I just am handling what I'm handling. Okay, so I've got myself a nice little edge here, but I am thinking I'm going to cut about 1 inch off of this sheet, and right where I'm going to be folding this, I'm going to put this down. Oh, I forgot that's not long enough. So let's do a piece of purple. Is that what I want to do? Let's see, what else do I have? What else do I have? That doesn't need to be that large. I think I'll cut a strip off of this. There we go. I'm just going to use this. And you see these start out all the same size, but once you get them wet, man, it's I have a piece that is not. So let's find out exactly where we're going to be folding this. And the reason I'm doing it is twofold. When I fold this, I'm going to fold it right along the edge of the pocket. All right. Right along the edge. This paper, probably not the strongest paper in the world. And this bag is going to go onto this paper, which it's a perfect fit. So you're going to see on this edge, you're going to see the white. And it just needs some strengthening. So I think I'm also going to get a little piece of my Tyvek. I think I have some little pieces here. I don't think that's quite long enough. Between the two of those, I think we'll get it long enough. I don't get rid of any of my pieces, because you always need a little something something, right? Always need a little something something. So I am just going to lay down some glue. All the way to the edge. And let's lay this down, and we'll cut off. I want to make sure I'm getting the entire edge, because that's where it'll start. And then I'm just going to butt this one up. Oh, good. None of the red ink is going to be right there. So now I can cover it with my paper, and nobody will be the wiser. And you know that that piece of paper is not going to go anywhere. Anywhere. I have a little glue on my finger, and I just touched my paper. Okay. I'm a messy gluer, but I like to get my edges down, and that way I know I'm getting edges down. All right, let's okay. Now we're going to utilize this, and I've got this edge already. I think I'll put a little bit of pink on it. Just kind of randomly around. And we're just going to glue this down. And you're not going to see much of this, but it is definitely a needed item. Because this paper is a bit on the flimsier side. So you always want to think about the longevity of your product just as much. I mean, you're not just making a card. You know, you're making a photo album that people are going to be flipping through and flipping through and flipping through, you know, and you, at least you hope. And so you want to make sure that you are really being a good steward of the weakened points that you will eventually get. All right, so where did I fold this at? Right here. Let's see. Let's get this folded again. There we go. Now we can see if there's anything that needs to get re-glued a smidge, like this little piece right here. All right, now we can go ahead and put this piece down. Apparently my dogs were not done playing. I want that right on the edge of my pocket. There we go. Okay. Hey, you two. Settle down, babies. Come on. Okay. Got a little knot glued down right there, which is okay because it's going to get covered, but all right. And we are nice and straight. So now we can, and I'm going to use some double-sided tape on this and some glue. And the double-sided tape doesn't seem to work very well on this, but I'm going to burnish it down. I'm going to use like 2 pieces. Okay. Now let me burnish this down. Such a beautiful thing to add, and all it was some parchment paper off of the roll out of my kitchen. That's it. That's all it was. I think I'm going to ink this side here because you are going to see a bit of it. And I'm not worried about seeing a bit of it, but I think we'll like it better. I will definitely like it better with some edging on it. There we go. That'll be fine. All right. So let's see how well. Yes, this is just not going to stay on there. Huh. That's just funny. No. I tried it once before, and I had forgotten. So I have those 2 pieces to use someplace else. I think I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac, to be honest with you. I think it will work better. I mean, this stuff is inherently made to not have things stick to it, right? So, we're going to use us some Fabri-Tac on this puppy. I know I'm using a lot, but it's really not that much. Rally, it's not. Okay, oops. See? That is coming undone. Okay, get this. Most important thing is to get it right on the edge of the fold. And then the rest of it. All right. Let me also see if I can glue this back. Oh, the whole thing came off. And I believe I used Fabri-Tac on that. Huh. Okay, let's use some mixed media glue. This is coming off too. Let's try this mixed media glue. Maybe that's the secret. Ooh, I got way too much. Get a tissue here. We'll see if this is going to do the ticket. Do that. Because obviously the Fabri-Tac is not working, and that's what I'm gluing this down to the page with. Of course, it's to paper. Maybe it will work better. But let's try. Let's try and see what we get with this. And go ahead and put the lid back on. I'm going to flip this around. Okay. Get in there. Okay, and I'm going to slide, excuse me, a piece of something through there so that it's not gluing to the next page, you know, to the back of it. I don't want to glue it shut. We'll see which one of these is going to work. That one doesn't seem. Of course, this one is pretty slow drying. Oops. All right, well, we will see how that, no, I don't think that's going to work either. By George, we're going to find something that'll work. But I don't think that's it. It's making it sticky on the paper side. I wonder if I put something with a little bit of weight down on it and let that sit for a moment. Okay, so we can go ahead and we will get to this as soon as I can lift this flap up. So I'll put that right there. I still have that. Okay. So we can get started. With our center. Yay! Oops. Oh, I can't stand to leave these things open because I always get my paper stained with them. And so I'm trying very hard to pay attention so that I don't. But it's hard. It's so hard. Okay. So, what I have come up with for this, I want to use this lady. And I made these papers. And let's see, I've got centimeter side first. So 17 centimeters by 10.8. So actually 10.8 by 17. And inches, because they're going to go this way, should be 4 1/4 by 6 3/4. Yeah, 4 1/4 by 6 3/4. All right. 1/2 inch score across the 4 1/4 side. And I made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I made 9 of them. So that is really green, isn't it? I don't know what the heck I was thinking when I pulled that. What did I do? Oh, here it is. I'm going to get another piece of purple out. Another piece of purple out. And let's see. Yeah, I am definitely going to place some purple down to cover this back side. And I want to run right along the edge. And it does not have to go, because this is going to come across the top, and then that will get covered. So that's good right about there, and this is good right about here. So I'm going to cut that. I just stayed away 1/8 of an inch or so. So this is going to be a nice, sturdy, for sure, cover. Looks like I cut that a little crooked, but fortunately, it doesn't really matter in this instant. This looks like I need to cut this ever so slightly. Just going to give it just a tidbit of an angle because it's interfering with the natural order of things. I think everything else is looking pretty good. Yeah, I think both of these are interfering just a smidge. And this one needs a little bit more. There we go. Okay. I do believe. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right. So I am going to go ahead and glue this down. Where is my glue? Right here in front of my face. And let's see. I do have a little piece here. It's all purple. I don't think I'm going to worry on that too much. I don't know. Let's see. Ha! How fun is that? I've been looking for a place to use that. That's off that first page that I cut off. That might be fun. And it'll get covered up. So I pull it up a little bit more. But it'll get covered up there. Yeah, that'll be fun. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So let's go ahead and glue this down. And then we're going to have a very nice, firm, stiff backside to our folio. All right. So here we go. Get things in there. And let's give this a bit of a Hooch. Nikki, please go lay down. Go lay down, babies. I love the combo of these two colors. Just love it. Good boys. Go lay down. Sorry. All right. All right, guys. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I am going to put, excuse me, I am going to put some tape on this side because it's doing quite the job. It is doing quite the job. There we go. Okay. Get this little piece cut off that I got overhanging. Or you can just fold it over. It probably easier to fold it over. Still double-sided tape, so all right, and then I'm just going to start in the center and work my way over on both sides. And that's going to give us a wonderfully, very nice, thick, sturdy backside to our portfolio. And a nice finished off edge on the bottom. I like that whole idea. Okay, so now I am going to start I don't know. I think I want to start from where I want it to finish up. I want it to finish up just beyond that. So then I can keep going up as needed. All right. So I kind of want it a nice quarter inch from the bottom and 1/8 of an inch from the side. I think that's good. Now, excuse me, since we're working from the bottom up, you want to make sure that this first one is pretty dry because you don't want it sliding up underneath there. And henceforth, each one that you do from that on, you are going to have to wait just a little bit longer because you're not butting a folded end up, you're butting a single end up, and it will just slide right underneath your glued down area in any one spot if it's not completely, or at least really well dried. So just watch what you're doing. Line it up. Make sure you kind of push it. Make sure your pages are lining up. Good. And then we can just keep going. So I'll do one more with you, and then I'm going to turn this off and give these a chance to dry because I do not want them sliding. See, I already feel this one kind of sliding under, and I don't want that. So far we're straight. All right, guys, I'm going to let these dry. You've seen what I'm doing, and so I'll come back when I'm done and let you see. Well, this is Lisa. Welcome back to my channel, and we have put down 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we put down 8. And I know we made 9, but what I want to do here is put this one down, and then this will be closed up. So now you can have this one on top and close it this way, or this one and close it this way. I just want the one down because it is kind of hard to, when you're sitting on in your lap or whatever, and you want to see, you know, it's kind of hard to have a bunch of them going down as well. So we're just doing the one down. Now, if you would prefer, you could just make it a small strip, but I thought, you know what, we're putting it on there. Why not? And I do want it to kind of be even here and here, and if you put it almost up to the very bottom of the last one we did, they look pretty even. And of course you want it even side to side. So that is where we're going to put our 9th, and you're still going to be able to use it for a photo on the inside. And the outside we're going to decorate. Okay, and I didn't do my chain, so we'll see if I can get away with it. Okay, so let's put this down. And again, I don't want it to butt it all the way up, but I do want it pretty close. Ooh, I put way too much glue. And yeah, it's got plenty room down there. And we're almost even. If I push it up any higher though, it's gonna probably get in the way, and I don't want to do that. And we're also going to want to think about growing as I fill this with paper, as I fill this. So actually, I'm gonna pull this back up. Come on, you're not dry yet. I am going to put an 1/8 of an inch score line on this one. Yeah, let's do that. Because yeah, thinking of, you know, adding all of that. Go ahead and get this one folded. Adding all of that bulk, all the paper, and then all the photos, we definitely are going to want to have. So now we're going to glue this back down again. We're definitely going to want to have some growth space in there. Yeah, good idea, Lisa. Good catch, good catch. I have to pat myself on the back every now and then. Oh my gosh. Okay. So now let's do this again, but this, we're still wanting to line it up with that first score line. Now let's put it back down where we, pretty much exactly where we had it. Make sure we're not getting too close to that bottom one, and that we're straight along the sides here. And I think that's going to be perfect. And then just work that little, there. Much better. Much, 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 much better. For over here, I know I had said pockets. We've got a pretty built up place over here. And let's see what the size of this is. What space do we have that we're working with here? So this, leaving a little bit, is 4.5. Okay, so we're still good for photos. So we could put another one of these over here, which is definitely an option. But I want to do something. I don't want that. I mean, that's just boring. You know, this is boring. I don't want to do that. And let's see, from top to bottom, we've got you know, 9.5 to play with. Let me tell you in centimeters, guys, sorry. You got about 11.5-ish, 11.4 centimeters to play with. So definitely good space for photo. Let's see what I have in scraps. Okay. That is it for my purple scraps of any size. I do have, you know, little pieces like that, but in fact that can go there. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to get another sheet out. We will use these scraps up with our different tags that we're going to make. So not to worry on scrap usage. We will have plenty. Okay, so I'm getting a sheet here. I'm going to want this to be basically the height of this. So I'm just going to get myself let's see. Don't cut yet. Okay, first, let's score a 1/2 inch. Is that what I want to do? I'm trying to think. Let's see. Now I have a mark here that's going to give me this size of this piece. And yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Let's see. And then I'm going to have a nice little space in between, almost 1/4 inch, at least a little bit more than 1/8, so that they don't get in each other's way. But actually, I don't know that I want to go over this, this little hard piece right here. I'm thinking I don't. So actually, what type of room does that give me? So actually 4 inches. So photos will fit in just barely. Yeah. So I'm going to give myself maybe a 1/16 of an inch in between here. And I'm going to have 4 inches. So then I will be able to put photos in here, which is what I want. Okay. Instead of you listening to me going, I'll be right back. All right. So I think the easiest way of doing it is I've got a scrap that I cut. So, and yours will measure differently than mine. So I have it the same height as this installed. Okay. So mine is 9 5/8 by 3 15/16. Okay, so I mean it's just a little short of 4 inches, but the way we're going to do this, it will end up being where you'll be able to slide your photos down. Okay, I'm pretty sure. It's a tight fit, but I'm pretty sure we will be able to get our photos into this nicely. So we're going to work off of this. So I'm going to close my book, which I am being very happy with. Let me pull this out. I finally glued all of this down with the Claudine Helmet's multi-medium. It's gloss, but you know, everything's just covered. And that seems to have taken hold of everything and it's all held down. I also clipped everything while it dried. So that seems to have done pretty well. So now that we have part of our backside and all of our pages done, we're looking pretty good. It is nice and full, so I can't do much more than what I'm doing here. So, but I do have that 1/8 of an inch in there I can play with. So that's what we're going to fill up and have fun with, okay? All right, so what did I do with my paper? Right, nope, that's the wrong one. Right here. So I'm going to use my bits and pieces and get this decorated so that I can continue on. I got some strips here and doodads and yeah. So I'm just going to fill this up and I'll be back and we can start building. Back in a sec. Okay, so no rhyme or reason, just getting it covered, all right? And I did make that mark where it was going to give me the height. So that is where I am going to go ahead and cut this paper, is right there. What are you doing? I'm sorry, my dog all of a sudden has decided that he needs me. Okay, so I want this to have a 1/2 inch. So let's, where is my, okay, well, I don't see it. So let me find my stylus. Okay, this one is tiny. But the tinier the score, the better the fold. Okay, so we're going to score at a 1/2 inch. Just flip it this way. Okay. Fold that. And there we go. So do I want it to come all the way to the end of this, or do I want it to come a little short? If I have it come all the way, it will be about 4 inches, so that will be opportunities to put more photos on. Is that what I want to do, however? Huh. I think I just got myself a cute little idea. So, yes, I want it to come... Now, and this is going to go around the back of this. So let's go ahead and slide it up a little bit, but put it around the back. And I want it to come just shy of all the way over. So I'm going to cut that over here. My dogs are playing on the ground over here, so I hope that is not disturbing you guys. Stop it. Okay, so there's that one. And I think, yeah, I don't have enough for a second. So I'm going to make this the same width as this one, and then just make myself a hinge with some of my leftover pieces. All right, and so I need a long leftover piece. Nope. Long leftover piece. Okay, I don't have a long leftover piece. Short. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Well, okay. I don't know how I ended up not having any long... Oh, here's one. Good. So I'm going to cut an inch off of this, or actually I think I'm just going to cut this one in half. So if I need another one that length, I will have it. So, and it's fine if it's not a full ½ inch that I get. Okay. All right. So I will use the larger one for this time, since I know I have to use one. All right. So we're going to fold this over. Give it a nice little burnish. Hush now, you two. Sorry, guys. I am going to lay this down. And do I want to? No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, no, we're good. Oops. Oh, I don't need to glue all of that all the way down because it's not that long. I do want to just this bottom snip. So I'm going to snip this straight across. Oh, that is still a little too long. I'm going to snip this where it needs to be snipped. And then I'm going to snip the one that I glued over a little bit. And then I'm going to lay this down. So the flap that I'm not gluing down is still straight. Hey, you guys. It's enough. It's enough. Leave. Okay. So, there we go. And that's because this is going to get covered with paper. And the side that I didn't cut is actually going underneath this page. You see how I've got a little bit left, which means that this page is going to be just fine. There we go. Okay, so there's that. So you'll be able to open it up this way and open it up this way. And then I want to put 2 or 3 pockets. So let's see what we got here with our leftover pieces. So I have these 3 are all the same. Oh, there's actually 4 there. Let's see. I think I'll use those 3. I do have this one. No, not quite long enough. That's okay. We will use those puppies in other things. Not to worry. All right. So, these are all 3 the same height. Let's go ahead and get our 1/4 inch. Fold it up. Okay. And we're going to lay this underneath. And I'm going to make a mark. I'm pulling this against the edge as much as possible and make a mark on top, or just over the edge of where this paper ends and this paper continues. So it's just over the edge. It's not on top, it's just over the edge. So that when I score, I'm going to score a little to this side of the fold line, the score line that I made, so that I know it's going to be able to go around, because it's a little different doing it this way than just folding it and putting it on top of the paper. So we want to add just a smidge more to make sure that we can actually get it to wrap around. Okay, so there's our first pocket, and I'm going to cut this a little shorter. Just leave myself about a 1/2 inch. So there's our first one. We're going to do the same thing to 2 and 3. See where I'm putting a line? Can you see it's just past the paper? And then I'm going to actually move to just past that to score. That would be straight on. And I'm moving it just so it's just kind of off center. So let me go ahead and score. Whoops. Fold that bad boy up. Check it out. Nice. Okay. Very nice. Nice and snug. And we're going to cut that down to a 1/2 inch. And then this one, same thing, just off the score line. Score and check it out. And 1/2 inch. Okay, these little pieces will come in handy somewhere, I am sure. All right. Okay, so now we are going to glue these down. And this first one, I'm going to glue the bottom. Make sure you are at the bottom and everything's nice and even and squared up. There we go. Okay, good, good, good. Now the second one. You don't want to put it, you don't want to butt it up against that one because it'll make it too hard to get something in. So we're going to leave it a little bit of space. Now it's up to you, whatever you visually are enjoying. But as you can see, it's easy to get in and out when you butt it up. It does work, but if I've got this one full and I'm trying to get this one in, see, I can't get it in. All right, so we're going to move this one up just a smidge. Again, you're not going to see much of it because you're going to have tags. So I'm going to flip this over, and I am leaving it open on the bottom because I'll have a longer tag. There we go. There's pocket number 2. And then here, I'm going to try and leave it the same distance. Right. Right there. And I think I moved it. Let's see. Okay. Okay. So there's our 3 pockets. The bottom one is sealed. The other 2 are not. And then we're going to put this around here. And I'm seeing that I am a little bit longer, so I'm just going to try and eyeball the center. Make sure you've got it straight, top and bottom. Very good. Now we're going to do the same thing with this one. As long as it is straight to the other piece and on there all the way, we're going to be happy campers. I do have a little pencil mark I need to get rid of. Is that it? Yeah. Okay. So there we go. But I'm not done yet. I've been using these pieces, woo, throughout the book a little bit, and I thought that would be very nice to bring this back in again. So I'm going to make myself 2 of these. Now you can choose if you'd like to do something smaller, or if you don't have a die cut machine, just you can make it any kind of pattern you want. Once I get them cut, I will show you what I'm talking about. So then you would know, or you don't have to do this at all. But I'm just wanting to bring back this design in something else. So I'll be back in a second. I'm just going to cut these out. Hey guys, I'm going to go ahead and enhance this like I did the other one. And I was going to bring you along for the ride, because I don't believe I showed you what I did. Now, I've just got a marker here, and I'm just using what the artist gave me and just kind of doing some brush strokes to add that darker color in here. Okay. Excuse me. And then a little brush of it back behind her sleeve, down into her elbow area. Kind of blend in a little bit more here. this marker's starting to, I don't have a refill for this one, so it's starting to give way. Okay, and then I did a little bit down into the sleeve area. So it looks almost like some trim. I believe I did that. I don't know. I'm not positive now. And now I don't want to get it on the buttons because I want the buttons to look like they're white. And so the front of the dress, I'm giving it some nice color. And you see here, I don't know if you can really see that or not, but it's this same color kind of getting spread out through the dress. Okay, a little bit on the ribbon here. And then she got very quiet. Yes. Okay, and then down here in her petticoat area, she's got some lighter, darker areas. So on the darkest areas, I'm really putting in the blue. And I'm not worrying too much if I don't get it real, you know, covered. I want it to be straight, but I don't have to like cover it all. I guess I'm trying to say I'm doing some shading where some of the darker parts are getting filled in completely, where some other of the darker parts, lighter-esque darker parts are, you know, I'm just kind of doing the tops. Just trying to do the oh, yeah, that stuff. I'm just trying to do like the highlighted areas, the shaded areas. And I think I'm also going to do just a little section right at the trim that she has on her dress. So that's what I do. I'm going to finish this up, guys, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I did want to add a pocket right here. So this is the pocket that I'm going to use, and I'm going to actually put it on to some of the plum paper. So I'm just measuring where I want to cut this at. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that. Let's see, I do have a speaker on, don't I? Yes. Alright. Okay. Yeah, that's going to be good. Let me go ahead and put a 1/2 inch flap. Okay. And then let's see. We've got this to just a bit beyond the paper so that I get a nice little very edge all the way around. And let's put that mark in between two of the grooves. And then I'm going to cut off a 1/2 inch, cut off all but a 1/2 inch. Okay. Maybe that was not quite a 1/2 inch, but that's okay. I'm flipping it over because I don't have, this is a very inexpensive bone folder. I mean, it just comes with the Martha Stewart thing. And it makes marks on the paper. So I just flip it over so I'm not making marks on this paper. Not that you're going to see much of the paper, but it's just a good habit to get into if you don't have a like a Teflon bone folder. Okay, then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to just clip off to the score line, but not any of the score line. And just clip off the little edges there. Come on, get out of there. It got stuck in my lace. Ah. Alright, tweezers. It wedged itself down in the lace. There we go. Okie dokie. So now I'm going to close the book because I did pull a, let's see here. I'm going to get this ready. So hold on just a second. Okay, so I made my little pocket, glued this down and left a section here that I can slide in between the two papers with no glue on it. And I have this leaf that I cut out, you know, just off of the top there. So I have I have this. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on that side because it's getting tucked. And this is just playing around just to add another little element that is giving it more of a 3D off the paper effect than, you know, just a regular journal. So right about there. And I guess I didn't really need to put glue everywhere. We'll just wipe that right off of there. And it's a pocket, so you're not going to see the back side. And then I have this little piece, just some flowers that I cut out. Same is on this side, so that I can finish off the look of the mirror. Let's see, did I want it like that? No, I think I want it a little more like this. There we go. There. Okay. That just gives it a little bit of pizzazz, I think. All right. Good. So let's go ahead and glue this down. Now, of course, you can continue and do lots more. But we still have our tags to do. So, I'm going to kind of wait and see what I'm going to do with the tags prior to embellishing anymore. You know, especially in these inside pages. If I make a really thick tag, well, that will leave me room on the rest of the page to kind of work, you know, do some fun little things. If I make just thin tags, then that's not going to, you know, I don't want to take it up just with putting the layers on. I mean, this is a nice thick element, and you've got a nice big pocket, and you've got a nice big pocket, you know, so we've got stuff. We got stuff. Okay, so that is done. Then we've got our piece here, and let me just put, now this was a piece in my leftover. So that's where this piece came from. Just my leftover papers. So I'm going to start by putting this piece down. And there we go. Push it forward, and then, so you don't crush, you don't want to crush your gusset that you made there, so you just push it all the way forward and let it lay down before you, that way you won't mess up your gusset. Okay, so there's that. And putting this up here on the top one. Okay. And that should, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to take this piece and I believe by cutting that, or do I want to do her down this? That would have to go right there. And it wouldn't fit all the way down here, although you gain about 1/8 of an inch each time you cut. So I might just have enough. I think I'm going to put that there. Just like that. So I need something for here. Let's see. Where is, let's see, I think there's a little slip. Excuse me. Do I like that? Not really. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to move you a little bit. Looks like my camera's drifting. All right, so I think I'm going to use this. So I want this flower in the center. So I am going to cut this a little funky. So right there, I'm making it the same thickness as this sheet. So let me get this cut. Put that back over there. And then this little piece will go into my right. Yes, that's going to be very nice. Very nice indeed. And then I want it to come down just below that. And where'd my mark go? Oh my gosh, isn't that funny that as soon as you get it back over there, you see it immediately. There we go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and distress this, get it down, and then I'll come back and show you how I'm going to do all of this. All right? Be back momentarily. Okay, so I have gone ahead and put that on that part. Now this piece here, I want to spread it down onto all of the waterfalls. But I am going to have it up above that top piece just to cover up a little bit of that. So I marked it so I've got the full length I need for this first top waterfall page. So sorry. Apparently I didn't turn on my mic, so I'm having to do a voiceover. Okay. Oh, yes, it looks lovely, dear. My goodness, I spend a lot of time looking at that, don't I? And I have no clue what I'm saying to you. I tell you, sometimes these voiceovers, it's been a long time since I've done this video, so really, really trying to make sure I know what I'm talking about. But since I am doing the double color, it does take a little bit of time, but I think it's so worth it. That double color on this is just dynamite. But anyway, so that's the first one. And hopefully here in a second, I am going to glue it. Aha! Yes, the glue. The glue! Alrighty. Look how smooth and clean and straight she puts on the glue. And then she goes zing, 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 zing. Yeah. Okay. Now let's lay that down. Make sure you cover up a little bit of that top piece so that we don't see that raw edge up there. If you're doing the same thing I'm doing. Isn't it lovely? See, this was around St. Patrick's Day. That's why I have the green nail polish on. Just saying. I wasn't going to get caught with no green on me. I tell you that. Okay, so now all I need to do is keep the paper in order, but cut a 1/2 inch on each piece. And so I'm just getting where it's measuring out to right now. and then I will slide it over a 1/2 inch. Yeah, because of course it's not perfectly on a line, which, you know, never is. And this way we'll have this very pretty picture. All the way down on all the waterfalls. I was hoping I was just going to go ahead and start cutting them off. I really like this waterfall. It's going to hold your 4x6s, and so you know, to me that's the most important thing. If somebody buys this or gives it as a gift or, you know, uses it for themselves, I would much rather be able to take my 4x6 and stick it right on the page, not have to try and figure out how much I need to cut off of it and all that stuff. So I think if you're going to make an album for pictures, the majority of the pictures that you can put in there should be 4x6. So, and here I'm just taking one of the pieces because I have just a tiny piece left, and I'm just making sure that I've got about the same. All right, so we are done with all the cutting. Put the little machine away. This project was so much fun for me. I just absolutely loved doing this. Now that's not the right one to put next to that, Lisa. Pay attention. Nope, it's not going to work. Pay attention. It's the wrong one. I think it's the wrong one. Yeah, that's the right one. Yay! Ding, 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 ding. By George, people, I think she's got it. You only have 2 more minutes of listening to me chitter chatter. But really, basically, I think the rest of the 2 minutes is just gluing these down so that you get that whole picture. Yeah, get those nails in there, girl. And while I'm here letting you guys watch what I'm doing, I want to thank everybody for all the support, all of the comments, all the thumbs up, the hours of watching my videos. You know, this is not a inexpensive hobby that we do, and in order for me to okay, so here I know I wanted to put another, you know, I didn't have any more of that woman, so I just am taking a piece to put underneath there. But this is not an inexpensive hobby when you want to buy all of the. Oh, okay, yeah, and here I'm just making sure it's the same width. And I think that last piece was a little short, so I think I'm also adding a piece to that one as well. But you know, I'm trying to work with more relevant papers and things such as that, so it does make it hard to be able to afford it all. So you know, the more likes and the more comments I get, the more views I get, the, you know, little bit of money that I make off YouTube. I mean, I only have almost 3,400 subscribers, so you don't make that much. I make a couple hundred a year, so but every little bit helps. So I just wanted to tell you guys that, you know, when you hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment, all of that helps
Plus, I love it. I love the comments. Okay, so that's it, guys. Talk to you later. Love you. Bye.